Tomorrow is a very critical day for the BJP as NDA allies, over 30 of them, are coming to Delhi. And we have with us Mr. Pavan Kalyan, a very popular politician from the state of Andhra Pradesh, and the chief of Jan Sena to speak to us. He's also one of the invitees to the meeting. Thank you, sir, for speaking to us.
Thank you.
You've been invited to be part of the NDA meet of allies. Andhra Pradesh is not one of the states where the BJP is very strong at. How do you feel being called to this meeting and what are your expectations?
So for me, this is not the first time because we worked earlier since I've been working with BJP and NDA since 2014. And I was there in Central Hall also in that meeting in 2014 when Modi ji was sharing and as a PM then. And this particular meeting has a special focus on because we need for anything to transform in a country to change, at least you need a decade plus. So one more term for NDA is very essential for the final whatever the dream Modi ji and others have been building. And to see the completeness of it, definitely we need one more term for that. I think this entire meeting of NDA partners could decide that and will make sure that NDA should head the upcoming elections under Modi's leadership.
Mr. Kalyan, the elections in Andhra Pradesh are just about a year away, and how are you preparing for these elections? Because YSRCP is also seen as a formidable force. So, how are you preparing for the elections?
Where do you think it's here? Less than that. Maybe it's a few months from now. We don't know. It all depends on the state government. See, there is a lot of disappointment at the grassroots level in the state. See, what you see on channels or what you see on newspapers is different. Actually, if you go to the grassroots level, at the ground level, things have been really shaken up for YCP and rampant corruption, and especially regarding the data breach, because entire country was rocked because parliament was rocked because of Pegasus or even for Aadhaar card to take details of individual details for an Aadhaar card, like parties and NDA or UP or all whether to give my details to for Aadhaar or not. So imagine such kind of personal details. People, some private individuals which are hired by YCP for rupees 5,000. That means per day 164.33 paisa, and they are collecting the data of 23 points, like, and including they're taking the iris and iris reading and Aadhaar, bank accounts. And such sensitive data is being stored in certain data centers in somewhere in Telangana. And this entire issue is creating a lot of insecurity amongst the public and law and order. There is no employment and infrastructure is at its worst. And farmers have not getting the right price for their crop. And employee salaries are not coming on time. The contractors are refusing to work because there is no money in the government. These guys are taking loans at the rate of 10%, 8%, more than that. And almost till 10%, I think they have taken recently a loan and they're giving it to whatever. They're running the government like that. It cannot be, they cannot go on like this for a longer time. So eventually, so this is where that why people are coming, lots of people are coming, why to my meetings is because they need someone to question this. And that's where Jana Sena is gaining support. And eventually, I think we will do good. To what extent, as time has to say.
Mr. Kalyan, what is the news about the alliance? Is it firmed up? And there's a lot of talk about TDP also being part of the alliance. Yeah. What is the news on that front? And is it for sure that you're also you'll fight the elections with BJP?
See, for me, it is like this. If there is a formidable government, person is there and the who party is there which is running the government, so all the opposing forces should come together and fight. That was my thought. And in fact, we did like this in 2014. Of course, everyone had their opinions and differences. And something that NDA, the thing had been a little shaky in 2019. Didn't forward, but it was a bit shaky. In post 2019, again, I myself, we gathered and me and BJP and the leadership Modi we came because personally I have a lot of good connect with the Modi ji. And we came together as a Jana Sena and BJP. And TDP was always there, and they had some kind of understanding which they had to come, which they are doing it on from their side. I can't speak on TDP's behalf. I hopefully think all three would come. That's what I'm looking at.
So my last question to you, the question is, who would be the CM of an alliance if it takes place with the TDP, BJP and your party? Would you also be one of the CM contenders?
See, that's how it looks. From because if my party supporters always they would want to see me as the same contender without a doubt, and the TDP is the same contender, and also from BJP side, it all depends on the strength each one has gained, momentum, how much the traction, how much was there at the will be there at the ground level. All these factors come together. For us, the priority all of us are looking at is not who is the CM, it is for the to give a kind of stability for the state and take it towards the developmental approach. That's what we're looking at. So the priority is we are not fighting who the CM should be. We are struggling how to come together to overthrow this government and to give a stability to the to overthrow YCP government, to give a stability for the people of Andhra Pradesh.
Thank you, Mr. Kalyan. So that was Pavan Kalyan, the chief of Jan Sena, who was telling us that tomorrow's meeting will actually set in focus another term for the NDA. And he was also telling us about the CM contenders among the party and the possibilities of the TDP joining the NDA alliance.